All right, what's going on, everyone? Today it is a dreary fall day here in central Arkansas. The leaves are falling and it's a little overcast and cloudy. So thought it would be a good day to do a little bit of work on the truck. New project. So one of the things that I've always disliked about pretty much any truck, especially the one I have now, are the dim backup lights. The reverse lights that come on the truck make it extremely difficult to see at night when you're backing up, especially if you have tinted windows, as most people do. So for most of my other trucks, I've usually got a flush mount style rigid. Last truck I had the rigid D2s on there. Cut holes in the bumper, drilled holes for the screws, and mounted the lights. Then I also had to run a wire from each light, connect it, then back to the battery. And so needed kind of a fuse, wiring harness, whatever you want to call it. A lot of work as far as the electrical stuff goes, and a lot of work as far as taking a Dremel tool or whatever it is that you do to drill the holes in your bumper. And plus, if you make a mistake, you've got a big hole in your bumper. So Baja Designs has come out with a kit for the Ram 2500, 3500, 2019s and up, the new body style, that basically mounts one of their S2 lights to the bumper. And so I think there's a mounting point underneath the bumper and the light kind of hangs down. It also has a wiring harness basically that serves as a splitter and attaches to your harness there. And it uses your reverse lights as a switch. So you basically just mount the lights up, connect that to your existing wires, and you're good to go. Some pros about that are the fact that you don't have to run wires. Probably one of the downsides is the fact that you can't turn the lights on and leave them on without having the truck in reverse. So the lights are basically going to be reverse lights, not a rear work light. So those previous applications that I had on trucks were more of a work light. They were switched independently. I could leave them on. I could also turn them on for a reverse light. So we're going to try these out. Got them in today, so we're going to unbox them, get them mounted up to the truck. I'm going to get you some night shots before and after, and just kind of let you see what the difference is. And so let's get these unboxed. Okay, so here's the box that the Baja Designs lights came in. It's a fairly small box, probably very small lights. So let's get it open here and see what's inside. All right, so we've got a box inside a box here. Okay, so here's what's in the box. I've got some stickers here, and these are the S2 Sport models. I really would have rather had like the brightest light that they make, but honestly, the kit came with the mounting hardware and all that, so this was the only option, was the Sport. This is a wide cornering beam in a Sport, and it's a fairly compact light. Not a lot to it. So let's see what we have here. So there's the two lights, Ram 2500 and 3500. This is the reverse kit. Probably shouldn't be a whole lot of instruction needed, but just in case, it gives you the tools required there. And you have to mount the lights onto the mounting bracket. And then it shows you where you're actually going to mount the light itself. And then this kit, you have a splitter harness. These hook directly, from my understanding, we'll see when we get them installed, but these hook directly into your reverse lights, so there should be no running of wires. Previous trucks I've had, it's a long way from the back of the truck to the front of the truck, and a lot of wire to make sure it's tucked up out of the way. So these, from my understanding, just tap into your reverse lights. So we shall see how that works. This is the mounting hardware for the lights. It's like a wiring harness there. And then this is the splitter harness. And these are the actual mounting brackets. If you have seen some of my other videos, you'll see that I put lights in a lot of the bumpers on vehicles, and most of the time I have cut into the bumper and mounted like a flush mount rigid light. Which is a lot brighter. This is a fairly low lumen output. I'll check and put it in the link exactly how many lumens, but I think this is a fairly small output light compared to something like a rigid D2, which is what I had in my last truck. and also these are going to hang down below the bumper. So I'm a little leery about how these are going to look, but we're going to get them on the truck and see what they look like. All right, so just a little pet peeve I have. This is my second or third set of Baja Designs lights that I've installed. Lights like Rigid have this part sealed up, and you can see, just wire in there. And I'm sure that is okay, but it kind of looks like water could get down in that connection there. And so it seems like it would be pretty easy just to seal this up. And so I wish they would. They do seal the other end of the connection there, but I wish they would just do better where the wire connects to the connection here. So anyway, we're going to get these put together, and we'll see what they look like. So I got to tell you, that's a pretty impressive fit. If you can see, that bracket just lines up pretty much flush with that plastic piece there. It's just a real clean look. And then the light will come back like that. So that is that's a pretty clean look. Very nice. All right, so we're up under the truck here. This is on the passenger side. At the back here, this is the back bumper, the back passenger side light. This harness was connected right here, and so I just pulled this down because I have to pull this insulation back and get to the white wire with the purple stripe, and I see it kind of buried in there, so I'm going to have to do some work there. And then the common ground is actually right here by the frame. You can see right there, that's going to be the common ground, so that's where the ground for the harness will go. It just dawned on me, I haven't shown you the harness yet while I'm under the truck, but this is what it looks like. It just has a place here to tap the wire. This plugs into the harness. This is going to tap the white wire with the purple stripe, and then this is the common ground. All right, so I've got the clip on here, as you can see, the little connector, and so that's the white wire with the purple stripe, and so now I'm just going to tape that up. All right, guys, we got everything buttoned up here. Taped that connection off there. That's where the ground went, right there. Then I ran the wire over the top there, zip tied it up. There's the connection. Got it running up through here by the spare tire, zip tied up there, and then connecting right there to the light. So all the wires are tucked up and out of the way. So let's get some night shots and see how this looks. All right, guys, so we're in the truck, and this is one of the most important parts of my backing out, is the fact that I am in a garage with a dually, and so it's extremely difficult to see. If you can see in the mirror there, you can see that side, and of course the other side is a little more difficult to see as well. So with all the windows up, we're going to put it in reverse and see what it looks like with the stock lights and then with the Baja Designs lights. So there's what the camera looks like with the stock lights. You can see it's lit up a little bit back there. And then with the mirrors here, it's a little hard to see inside the garage. And now here are the Baja Designs. So you can see my screen is lit, and then the LED is kind of pulsing through there. And you can see how much more you can see here. I'm not sure if you can tell in the mirrors that it's any brighter. Let's roll the windows down and take a look. All right, so if we're just backing up, this is what the stock lights look like. We'll get out the window here, and that's what you see from the stock reverse lights. And in the mirrors, you don't see a whole lot at all. So these the halogen lights are not very bright. And so if you look at the ground here, It's throwing out a little bit of a spread there, but really just enough to see a little. And so here's the field of view from the camera, and then you can see a lot more light in the mirror, and then in the back there's quite a bit more light. Now of course the reverse lights are still on because the Baja designs engage with the reverse lights, so there's no way with the wiring harness they provided to turn them on and off. But that's definitely putting out a lot more light. If you wanted to, you could probably turn these to cast an even wider path. But if you see, the end of the truck is here, and so all this light over here is kind of got a spread on it due to the beam pattern. So these definitely put out a lot of light, especially for the size. They're not quite as bright as the rigid D2s that I had in my last truck, but I didn't have to drill into the bumper, and I didn't have to run wires from the front of the truck to the back of the truck. These are about $265 is about what you can get these for. That's probably with a little bit of a discount. I'm not sure what the MSRP is, but I paid about $265 for these. That included the lights, which are the Sport, not the Pros, and that included the harness and everything with the brackets to fit the Ram truck. All right, guys, so I hope that helps. If you're interested in that, Baja Designs, let me know if you want to sponsor me. I know I've only got 300 and something subscribers, but that's okay. You know, you can still put your lights on my truck and we'll do some videos of it. So you let me know if you're interested, and I'll just fill this dually completely up with Baja Designs lights. But anyway, back to reality. If you guys are interested in these, I'll have a link in the description below. And I hope this helped you if you're looking for some backup lights for your Ram.